or adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema officially opens the Invest Zambia International Conference 2025. For the delay in judgment in Petaoke Central Seat dispute. And credible information on Epstein. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. President Hakainde Hichilema officially opened the Invest Zambia International Conference 2025 in Lusaka under the theme Driving Generational Transformative Investments Through Joint Ventures and Partnerships, with a call for increased investment in Zambia's key economic sectors. Speaking at the event, the president said the government has revived several dormant mining assets and resolved long-standing disputes that had stalled production for years. He emphasized that Zambia now handles such matters locally and no longer in foreign courts. President Hichilema also highlighted reforms such as the Presidential Delivery Service and the Public-Private Dialogue Forum, aimed at easing the way of doing business. He assured investors of continued support, adding that Zambia remains a peaceful and stable destination for long-term investment.
Realize its potential, not to talk about potential every now and then, but to realize that potential. So our vision now, and as it was even when we were still in opposition, was to drive to accelerate economic growth and more growth. In summary, for jobs, for our youthful population. 2, to create more business opportunities for our domestic businesses, for our partners from the region, within Africa and outside of Africa. Very clear in our minds. 3, to enhance treasury income, which would allow us to invest more in improving the business operating environment.
Speaking at the same, Representative Ms. Petra Gasparova emphasized the importance of attracting more European investors to Zambia through stronger partnerships. The Zambian Civil Liberties Union ZCLU Executive Director Isaac Mwanza has expressed disappointment over the delay in judgment in Petaoke Central seat, stating it hinders clarity on whether a parliamentary seat can fall vacant due to breach of standing orders, which are not laws with the same force as prescribed Code of Conduct under Article 72(2)(c) of the Constitution. The Constitutional Court of Zambia has postponed the delivery of its judgment on the Petaoke Central Parliamentary Seat dispute, which was set for 17th July 2025 to a later date. This case challenges the decision to declare the seat vacant based on the Member of Parliament's alleged breach of the National Assembly's standing orders. Mr. Mwanza noted that the delay might embolden the Speaker to make similar decision in Chawama constituency, where the same question has been raised, like the one that was made on the Petaoke Central seat. Mr. Mwanza has said ZCLU remains committed to continue petitioning the court if the Speaker uses this delay to make similar decision that is not based on the Constitution and the law again. The court will announce a new date for the judgment delivery. He says ZCLU expects the Speaker to abide by the law, and the court's decision will provide necessary guidance on the matter. The Zambia Police Service has arrested and formally charged 3 individuals in connection with the production and circulation of obscene materials. The arrested persons have been identified as follows: David Kazadi, Mwaka Halwindi, Ruby Muzandu. Police Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga says the offenses committed by the accused involve the creation, distribution, and transmission of content deemed to be obscene and likely to corrupt public morals. He says the materials were discovered following intelligence led investigations and digital surveillance by the Cybercrime Unit. The accused persons are currently in lawful custody and are expected to appear in court soon. Mr. Hamonga says the Zambia Police Service warns members of the public against engaging in activities that violate public morality and decency. Meanwhile, the Zambia Police Service at Mtendere Police Station has launched an investigation following a brutal incident of aggravated robbery and murder that occurred during the early hours of today at Ruby's filling station located at the crossroads of Alikinkata and Kudu roads in the Helen Kaunda area. Police Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga says the report was officially received at 08 hours by Mtendere Police from Mr. David Perry, age 28, station manager for Ruby's filling station. The two attendants have been identified as female Sibeso Akaliwa, age not yet established, who sustained severe head injuries inflicted with an unknown object and was pronounced dead upon arrival at Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital. Male Mapalo Mwelwa, who is currently battling for his life at the hospital after sustaining multiple head injuries from the assault, he remains in critical condition. Mr. Hamonga says appeals to members of the public who may have information that could assist in the investigations to come forward and report to the nearest police station.
The two attendants have been identified as female Sibeso Akaliwa, who sustained severe head injuries inflicted with a unknown object and was pronounced dead upon arrival at Levi Mwanawasa Teaching Hospital. Male Mapalomwela, who is currently battling for his life at the hospital after sustaining multiple head injuries from the assault. He remains in critical condition. The two were reportedly locked inside the service office during the attack. Fortunately, a third employee, female Charity Maileshi, age 19, a cashier who was asleep in the adjoining shop office, was unharmed and reportedly did not hear the incident unfold. It is also worth noting that the two security guards from White Hat Security Company, only known as Boniface and Lungu, were not present at the premises at the time of the attack.
And in other news trending this evening, National Freedom Front Party Secretary General Harry Simontala has noted that the revelations from the forensic audit into the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supply Agency ZAMSA represents just the tip of the iceberg in the compromised public service system. Water Development and Sanitation Minister Colin Zovu has assured commitment to promote sustainable water resource management and ensure the provision of reliable, equitable water services for Zambians. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Transparency International Zambia TIZ has demanded immediate publication of the full PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC forensic audit report to allow scrutiny and public accountability. TIZ Executive Director Maurice Nyambe has also called for administrative and criminal investigations into all individuals and entities implicated in the procurement breaches, with appropriate sanctions for misconduct or abuse of authority. To findings from a forensic audit conducted by PwC, which exposed serious procurement irregularities at the Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA. Mr. Nyambe says the findings from this audit, therefore, risk further eroding public confidence, damaging the country's credibility with cooperating partners, and compromising the delivery of essential medicines to Zambia.
As I said, we view these incidences as a serious indictment on the effectiveness of Zambia's procurement systems and institutional oversight mechanisms. It is absolutely unacceptable that such high and large-scale financial decisions funded by public and donor resources are made with such disregard for transparency, legal compliance, and value for money. Given all this, we therefore demand the following. Number one, the immediate publication of the full forensic audit report in order to allow for broader scrutiny and public accountability.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in news from across our borders, U.S. President Donald Trump has said Attorney General Pam Bondi should release whatever she thinks is credible on late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein as he faces a rare backlash from supporters after seeking to draw a line under the case. Bondi has been lambasted by some of Trump's political base after her department recently said there was no evidence that Epstein kept a clean client list. This appeared to contradict her previous statements and those of other Trump allies who have previously called for the release of more information on Epstein. And in sports news, England flanker Tom Curry is said to start in the back row for the British and Irish Lions in the first test against Australia, with Wales' Jack Morgan missing out on selection. Morgan, Wales' only representative in the 44-man squad, had been pushed hard for a place on the open side flank after some outstanding performances on tour. But Lions boss Andy Farrell is said to opt for Curry's pedigree and experience when the team is confirmed on Thursday. And now the weather.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
The evening is mainly clear, windy at times, and mild to cool. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema officially opened the Invest Zambia International Conference 2025 in Lusaka under the theme Driving Generational Transformative Investments Through Joint, with a call for increased investment in Zambia's key economic sectors. The Zambian Civil Liberties Union Executive Director Isaac Mwanza has expressed disappointment over the delay in judgment in Petauke Central seat, stating it hinders clarity on whether a parliamentary seat can fall vacant due to breach of standing orders, which are not laws with the same force as a prescribed code of conduct under Article 72, 2C of the Constitution. And finally, President Donald Trump has said Attorney General Pam Bondi should release whatever she thinks is credible on late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein as he faces a rare backlash from supporters after seeking to draw a line under the case. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy World of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the evening.